Hey YouTubers and silver bugs. Today I wanna show you my collection of sticker dollars. A lot of people don't know about these and as well as just stacking metal. I like to add to my stack something that's a little more collectible or a little more interesting. And so let me show you what I have here. Show you one. What I collect are sticker dollars. And what these are, you see this was a peace dollar, and then there's this sticker that was placed on this dollar. In this case, it was for a ghost town, and um, it was for tourism and advertising. So in this case, it was so when you would go and spend money at this ghost town, they would pay you back. Instead of giving you dollar bills, they would give you peace dollars back or Morgan dollars back with their sticker on it. And that way, when you went home, maybe you were in visiting out west and you went back east and you had a few of these dollars and you paid with them, they would be in circulation and people would, there's free advertising. So they did these dollars for many different reasons. They did them in some cases, a lot of cases, and I'll kind of scan the collection that I have in a little more detail, and then I'll do some follow-up videos kind of giving the history of some of these coins, because some of the history for me is just really fascinating. But there was a lot that were done for bars. So we have the loop bar, in this case the rustic bar, or the wagon wheel, which was actually in Lake Tahoe. I think it was it's a casino, but I think this was given out at the bar. And then there was coins that were given as payday dollars. And let me see if I can find one of those. This one, for instance, says it's a coal dollar. And what they would do, and this one right here, this has an interesting history I'll go into on another video. But they would pay the employees with these dollars with stickers on them. And so you would pick up your whole paycheck in silver dollars, and then you would go spend them in town. And then as they circulated through town, people could see how much a business was bringing to the economy. So it was great advertisement for the business within the town, and it was great advertisement for businesses just wanting to sell a product or get you to show up. For instance, I have this one, which was a this is a 1964 Kennedy, and they used this coin for test driving 65 Ford. Now, I guess I could talk about the dates on these coins too. These sticker dollars were used in the late 30s, 40s, 50s, and into the 60s. And the sticker dollars that have the most value usually is when you can tie them to a date, like this one. This is an interesting one. It's the only one I have in my collection where it was actually a Canadian silver dollar, and this was done by a bank, and I think it's North Dakota. And this bank actually has some interesting history, is that it was a bank that used to mint currency back at the turn of last century. And then there's some of the other things that affect. Let me just grab a few of these. Some of the other things that affect are just neat pictures on these coins. This coin was done for a Chamber of Commerce event where they had a big day of sales. There was a lot of clubs and Chamber of Commerce. The Lions clubs. I've got several from different parts of the country, with the Lions Club or Chamber of Commerce or the Fraternal Order of Eagles, and in some case unions and stuff would put their sticker on a dollar to advertise an upcoming event. And then there was ones for airlines as well. This is a neat history of an airline that didn't last too long in Florida, but on the other side of the sticker was a sticker for the University of Miami, for students coming down and when you'd buy your ticket, you would get either at the school when you would pay for something and the airline wanted to advertise to students or teachers, or either the airline paid these back, just kind of reminding people that they could fly to get to a different part of Florida. And there was stickers for rodeos. These are pretty popular and usually fetch a pretty good price. The premium for these coins for halfway decent stickers, you're really not going to find one for, very rarely, for under, of course this is 2016, in June of 2016, but the price of these over the last few years have really gone up, and it's not uncommon to see one of these coins go for over $100 for even a silver dollar. Well, this one's kind of nice, but just a well-worn silver dollar. But this is what I'll collect, and then in the next part of the video I'll kind of just scan over the coins and show you some of the different coins that I have, and then I'll do a follow-up video, a bunch of them probably over the next year or so, just kind of showing the history of some of these coins and maybe even get into some of the price action and how they sell. When I started collecting these, several years back, it wasn't uncommon to get one in the $20 range, or sometimes sub 20. But now these coins have become pretty popular because they're so rare, and most people, you can see on these coins, one of the problems that come with these coins are, for instance, like this one. This was a payroll dollar from a bread company in Louisiana, and people would try to peel the sticker off, not wanting it there, but little did they know that if they had just waited long enough, the value was really in the history. It was greater than the actual, well, melt value of the coin and just the collector's value of the coin. So let me take a minute to show you some of these other coins and kind of get a different perspective on it. Alright, well let me show you some of these coins and just go over the different types that I found. This one I got at such a good deal. I bought, I think, all but there's maybe another, let's say another 5 or 6 of these that I know of that are in existence. Otherwise, I think all the stickers have been pulled off. This is Chili Plastics, a company in northern New York that's no longer in business. This was the 10th anniversary. I've got the history. I'll go into that later, but that coin is from the 40s. So that's just kind of a business coin that they probably handed out at an event to the companies after for celebration of their 10-year anniversary. Then there's some of these coins that are for restaurants. This is by far the most valuable restaurant coin I have. The Kua Corner in Hulu. It's was a hamburger place. I think it might still be in business, but I think it might still be in business. But this is a highly collectible one, and when this one comes up for auction, it usually fetches a pretty good price on it. Really like that coin, and that's on the back of a piece, or the front of a piece dollar. I wish they would have put them on the back versus the front, but. So some of these are for restaurants. This is a really interesting one. This restaurant was started by the man who started Sonic. Has some really neat the Sonic Drive-In, and it was him owning this restaurant and opening a little burger shack on the same piece of property that eventually became Sonic Restaurant. So it's got some neat history. These do come up, but again, pretty much all of these, well, there's a few of them that are not scarce at all, and I can show you some of those in a minute, but these are all pretty scarce. These are neat. These are for rodeos that took place. This is 1936. These two are from banks. I showed this one earlier in the video, the Canadian silver dollar, and this one is a piece dollar, a 1922 piece dollar. Then there's these tourist ones. that for ghost towns, and really when you get a sticker on these that are interesting, that they'll fetch a lot more. They're far more desirable. This one for Liberty bonds, I've never seen another one like this. It's in pretty bad shape, but obviously for either World War, I guess it would be World War II. Yeah, it would have been World War II, had to have been. So, or maybe even the Korean War. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some research on Liberty bonds. But a beautiful. I love the toning on this. This is just dark, and I really like that one. I'm curious about the date of it. And then we have these payroll dollars that were paid by like Corning, New Car, and Buttercrust Bread. These are interesting because these were another payroll dollar. I guess I should have put these up here. This is for Steel Strong. I think this one came, in the research I was doing, I think this came out of Pittsburgh, somewhere in Pennsylvania. Phillips 66 payroll dollar. Then, so we have payrolls, and then we have like anniversaries with states. Now, these can be hard to see with the light, but a coin that was done for the 100-year anniversary of Oregon in 1959 was the 100 year. This one was for a dam that went in and that created the Lake of the Ozarks. Its silver anniversary in the 50s. We have some of these bar coins for pubs and saloons and whatnot. This one's neat. This one's in New Jersey, Atlantic City, the Dude Ranch. And then these were given to Anheuser-Busch employees for years of service. This is a 1962 and 1968. I've seen, I'd love to get the collection of these, but they don't come up very often. But I have seen other years where they've come up. So there's these anniversary for companies and years of service. These are for slots. These were actually how the payouts, can you imagine, payouts used to be. A beautiful Morgan, 1889 Morgan silver dollar. But whether, for this one, I'm not sure which casino this was tied to, but whether it was red or blue was a different dollar amount. This is the Lady Luck Casino. This was a $4 payout, $4.50, $5.50, got a couple of those. And this was an automatic $5. I personally would have taken this silver dollar. Nowadays, more than I would take a fiat $5. But then there's some other, the Lady Luck Casino, and then some airline ones I've showed, and then this payday dollar should be over here. But that's the collection that I've collected so far. I've got a few more that'll be showing up in the mail over the next couple of days. But if you got any questions, leave a comment. I'd love to share what I know. I know that there are collectors out here. If you watch eBay auctions, they can get kind of crazy, but you can also walk into your local coin store, and it's best to bring in an example if you have one of a sticker dollar and ask them if they've got any more. And a lot of times you'll find some common ones, whether it's the Bobbin Pizza. This one is probably the most common coin out there, but that I've seen. There's just I think thousands of these, but it's a great coin to start off with, and it's a cheap way to get your collection started. But check your local coin stores and just your local coin shows when they happen. Just walk around with one and ask them if they have any sticker dollars. And I'm amazed what I find sometimes, that these will just pop up. But all right, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thanks.